Good morning and welcome to Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on Channel 1 TV. I am Eno Safo. Find me across all social media platforms with the handle Eno_S. Today promises to be a very interesting show. We're going to run through what happened last weekend at the This Is Ghana Fair so that if you missed it, you will not miss it next year. And then we have a segment where we're talking about upholstering. If you have old furniture, you don't know what to do with it, and you're deciding, should I throw it away? Should I keep it? Maybe it has sentimental value to you. We'll teach you about upholstering, and maybe you can take that path to making your furniture look new and in the right space. We're going to do a bit of news review segment, talk about what's happening in the papers, on the websites, so that you can be abreast with what's going on. And then we have a bit of sports as well, where we're going to delve into the sports. You know, yesterday the Ghana Premier League started, so we're going to talk a bit about that, as well as other games happening over the weekend. So yes, stick and stay. This is Breakfast Daily Weekend. Do remember that you can send in your messages. It's an interactive show. We want to hear from you. We want to wish your people happy birthday, messages. You know, if I'm looking great, you can send that in as well to the WhatsApp number 0204 447 033. 0204 447 033. Alternatively, you can go on our social media pages and send that message with the hashtag Breakfast Daily Weekend, and we will read it right here on the show. So, to begin with, let me say a big thank you to everybody, from exhibitors to vendors to everybody, every patron, everybody who came to the This Is Ghana Fair. It wouldn't have been possible without your presence. It wouldn't have been possible without you buying stands to exhibit your indigenous made in Ghana products. Nothing would have been possible without you. And so for that, we say thank you. Thank you so much for coming to This Is Ghana. We hope that we delivered, just as we said we would, delivered beyond your expectations, and that you found, you know, indigenous Ghanaian things that you could use, from your creams to your facial products to clothes to food. You found indigenous Ghanaian made, you know, things that you could use in and around the house, or you know, for your own benefits, clothes, shoes, etc. And the entertainment, from Inchinchim to Kwampa, we hope we delivered on that score as well. Nothing would have been possible if none of our patrons came in to buy from our exhibitors. And also a big thank you to our sponsors, because, I mean, without you, it wouldn't have been possible. And I'm sure that next year when we call on you again, you'll definitely come and sponsor This Is Ghana exhibition, because as always, it's one of the best places to be, to exhibit your indigenous made in Ghana products. Thank you for making it a success. We'll delve more into it during our What's Happening segment. But again, our sponsors, MTN, EcoBank, Side Hustle, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Avivi Foods, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Exim Bank, and supported by Built Technologies and Trillium Ghana Limited. Thank you, thank you, thank you once again. Guess what? From This Is Ghana, we're moving straight to CBO. That's what we call it here. The City Business Olympics is happening live and in color at the Eden Heights Sports Complex, Saturday, September 27, 2025. So you might be asking, what is CBO? So it's basically like a miniature Olympics, a mini Olympics where all businesses that register come to the Eden Heights Sports Complex. We do aerobics, we do a bit of soccer, there's swimming, there's basketball, there's tennis, there's volleyball. I mean, there's a whole lot of games that you register as a company with your staff, you partake in those games, and then at the end of the day, we tally all the scores, and we announce the overall winner, but individual winners from the individual sporting activities also get prizes. And I hear there's something special happening with this year's City Business Olympics. You know, we're always innovating new ways to ensure that our programs do not become stale and do not become, you know, one single way. And so definitely, if you want to come for CBO, City Business Olympics, you definitely have to register. So call the number and register for the CBO. The number to call, 0558 973 973. 0558 973 973 to register as a company. You speak to the other person at the end of the line and they'll run you through how to register, what to register for, and then you know they'll give you details on what is going to happen on Saturday, September 27th, 2025 at the Eden High Sports Complex. We already have some amazing sponsors on board. UMB, serving Ghana with speed since 1972, and the City Business Olympics, first of all, is in partnership with Side Hustle. So if you came to This is Ghana, you saw Side Hustle, you spoke to them. If you didn't get the opportunity, this is your opportunity to come and meet them and find out what all Side Hustle is all about. So the CBO is in partnership with Side Hustle. Our amazing sponsors, UMB Bank, was supported by Bethel Logistics and Dampong Healthcare. Bethel Logistics and Dampong Healthcare, thank you. We're looking for more sponsors. We're looking for more support. So if you are interested in that, definitely do come and partner with us. Register, call 0558 973 973. 0558 973 973. CBO for you. Right. Let's delve into our papers now, and I'm going to start with the Daily Graphic. Ghana's Weekend Special. So on the front page of today's Daily Graphic, you'll see Ofankonsawam Road progress brings relief to motorists. And there's a picture of construction ongoing on the Ofankonsawam Road. And other stories you'll find on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Land guard phenomenon threats to national security. That's according to experts. That story is on pages 16 and 17 of the Daily Graphic. Other stories, government, mercy ships renew partnership to boost surgical care. And on the back page, big money, free TV, fierce title race, 2025-2026, Ghana Premier League enters bold chapter. And for the first time in Ghana's Premier League's history, if I'm not mistaken, the games were being played live on TV with Adesawa Productions joining in. Right. The Spectator, your weekend companion. Some of the stories you'll find on the front page. Prioritize affordable treatment for sickle cell disease. That's according to a health expert. Other stories. Gamel Apalaine selected for Authentica Series Lab. Glenn Canny's School of Fashion holds a graduation. And on the back page of the Spectator Sports, you'll find Black Stars not there yet. And there's a picture of Coach Otto Addo addressing the press conference after our game with Mali. Right. Let's move to the Mirror, Ghana's most popular weekend paper. Some of the stories you'll find on the front page. Kezia Sani, a young lawyer nurturing hopes for children. Other stories you'll find. Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. And how pizza cost me 5,848 Ghana cedis. And that story is on page 12 of the Mirror. Don't complete our statements, person who stammer. And if you've been watching this show, you remember we had an association here who reiterated the same sentiments. Stammers, they say, do not complete their statements. It pisses them off. Now, the back page of the Mirror Sports, we have Kotoko begin Premier League campaign with Brecum Chelsea showdown. And the only team who's going to win the Ghana Premier League, which is Kotoko this year. You can fight with the TV. So they've begun their Premier League campaign with Berkum Chelsea, and that story is on the back page of the Mirror. Right, now let's go into our portals and see what's happening there. Let me open citynewsroom.com. Some of the stories you'll find. Mahama targets 100% local chicken production in 3 years. And other stories you'll find on citynewsroom.com. Keep Accra Clean project champions shared responsibility for sanitation. Oforikrom MP questions legality of Ghana-US deportee deal. Beg IGP to free Abronye. Pebu tells NPP. GBC loses $5 million annually over unpaid DTT mast usage. That's according to the Director General. Other stories you'll find on citynewsroom.com. Veep donates to Commander Traditional Area. GBC decommissions 2 studios due to electricity bills. And minority slams government over US deportee deal, calls it unconstitutional. The EC has reopened nominations for Tamale Central by-election. Processing plants to be built for Nkukon-Kete projects. That's according to our president. And I'll develop Apal Farms into a center of excellence. That's according to President Mahama. All right, I'm on channel1newsonline.com. Some of the stories you'll find on channel1newsonline.com. Deportation deal with U.S. skipped parliamentary approval. That's according to Charles Redu. Other stories you'll find on channel1newsonline.com. CJ's removal. This is politics, not accountability. Apenyomakin says so. Galamsey fight lacks true leadership. That's according to Arocha Ghana. Mahama's Galamsey stands shameful. That's the Manchia North MP. 30% women's quota must be enforced now. Affirmative Action Law Coalition says so. Constituency-based budgeting to drive youth job creation. And in the Ashanti region, 32-year-old man jailed 35 years after defrauding victim of 50K. Asantehima's burial. Remain indoors on September 18. Funeral committee to residents. Other stories you'll find. Plead with IGP to release Abronye. Pebu to NPP. 300 Etuabo pupils receive free school uniforms from Quantum. Abronye's detention will resist attempts to state institutions to intimidate us. That's according to Nana B. Minority demands suspension of Ghana-US deportee agreement. In Nkukon-Kete, Ghana set to cut imported chicken within 3 years. I'm on graphiconline.com. Some of the stories you'll find on that portal. President Mahama targets 100% local chicken production in 3 years. Bawumia promises 10 appointments per constituency to reward hardworking constituencies. Ghana's Black Queens set for tough test against European side, the Lionesses. And there's a best of luck wishes going out to, she's already a Guinness World Record holder, Hilda Bassi, as she has begun cooking the biggest pot of jollof rice in Africa, I should say. All right, let me take you to GhanaWeekend.com. On GhanaWeekend.com, some of the stories you'll find on that portal. Hilda Bassi attempts Guinness World Record for largest pot of jollof rice. Other stories you'll find. National Signal Bureau granted power to arrest online hate and violence inciters. That's according to President Mahama. When angels becomes politicians, UNIMAC IJ's SRC and the cost of power, Sally Kweku writes. Other stories you'll find. Trump mourns Charlie Kirk. after fatal shooting at Utah Valley University. Actor Anthony Woods delivers outstanding performance in Yvonne Nelson's movie Summer. Gender Minister applauds women's role in Ghana's leadership. And Mr. Easy in Ghana, after a lavish wedding, he meets Chief of Staff Julius Deborah. President Mahama's full speech at the media encounter that happened over the weekend. Right. See if I can take you to gna.org.gh so we can find what's happening on that portal. So on GNA, some of the stories you'll find, Abronya DC arrests, MPP Bino Council of Elders condemns government, urges Peace Council's intervention. She Builds Conference, talents must determine work opportunities, not gender. Ghana Gold Board moves to transform gold industry. There's an update on the presidential media encounter. Ghana-US maintain cordial relations despite tariff imposition, visa restriction. That's according to President Mahama. And inclusive education could help reduce unpaid care work. That's according to Professor Sechi. And MOFA, which is the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, distributes 900 confiscated Galamsey water pumps to farmers to boost food production. I think we can go into some of the stories now.
Righty, Eno.
Hi, Jude.
It's been very interesting listening to you read all the news headlines.
You're welcome.
It's been a really busy news week, and it started off with the president's meet the press, and I think it went quite well. Were you impressed?
With
the questioning, number one, the organization.
I was impressed with the questioning, the organization, yes. Some of the answers to the questions that were asked by journalists, I think I have to agree with the public when they say that, especially with Galamsey. I remember quite well that some people on the NDC side, when they were in position, were very loud about it, that they can end Galamsey within 2 weeks.
A week.
It was a week. We've been given them grace.
It was some judge that said that.
Yes, and then only to hear our president say boldly that that is not the solution.
To be fair, some of them during the campaign also said that it's a systemic issue that will need, a step-by-step demobilization first and a demolition, right? Because it's become a whole cabal of networks, right? So, for example, chiefs are involved, politicians are involved, right? But the president himself said that he will use AI, to fight Galamsey. And we are wondering where the AI is, So a lot of people are not really excited about or very convinced, let me say, about his answers, particularly on Galamsey. But that aside, I think generally it was a good exercise, right?
Generally, yeah.
He had a very solid grasp of.
I think it was 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, he had a very solid grasp of all the issues, and particularly for me, I think the question around his resolve to solve the Binyuri, clashes,
crisis, yeah.
And also other smaller factions of infighting within the Savannah region was quite instructive, where he talks about how he's a bit of everything, he has a quarter here, a quarter here, a quarter. So his body himself, if he chooses a side, will fight inwardly. So, his comment around finding lasting solutions was good. And we'll see how it goes. And of course, sports and all the other things that came out, building infrastructure, building stadia. It looks like a lot of promises. Whether 3
Oh, yeah, you realize
years
most of our
will be
leaders
enough.
always do a lot of promises anyway.
We'll see how it goes. I wanted to bring you a story on local chicken production. Now, this was an event I was at yesterday when Mahama came to the Papao Farms that is being run by the National Service Authority. Except for the story, President John Dramani Mahama says Ghana is poised to become self-sufficient in chicken production within the next 3 years through the implementation of the Nkokon Kitinkiti project, a national initiative aimed at boosting local chicken farming and cutting down on poultry imports. The citynewsroom.com is reporting. Now, speaking about the vision behind the project, when he visited the National Service Authority Papao Farms in Accra on Friday, September 12, President Mahama said the goal is to ensure that nearly all the chicken consumed in the country is produced locally. Now, this is the direct quote from the president. He said, once the Nkukon Kitten project takes off, we believe in the next 2 years we'll be producing almost 100% of the chicken we can eat in Ghana ourselves, so that we can stop bringing Nkukofunu from outside to with already slain chickens, right?
Frozen beds.
Or frozen chicken. Good. We don't know how those chickens were raised, he said. And the story goes on and on and on. See, I was at the National Service Authority farms. I must say,
they were even at This Is Ghana, actually.
Yeah, it was.
And
it was.
Agri-Fair.
It was amazing to behold. You know, what I saw at display, the number of birds, the layout of the place. You know, it was good to see that National Service was venturing into some of these things. You know, and some of the young people were there themselves taking care of these farms. And of course, the rain would disrupt the program. But of course, it still went ahead. The president toured the farm with the new executive director, Ruth Sedo. It was interesting to see that the former, you know, Mr. Felix James was also there. You know, it was a good program all in all, and I'm excited that this has happened. Hopefully, they are able to scale it up, get more birds in, duplicate it across the country, and you might never know, it might be an answer to, you know, or an import substitution answer to our dependence on, you know, frozen foods that are imported all the time into the country.
My mom always tells a story that when they were younger, so the chicken that she ate in school and the eggs were from a farm in Kumasi Daku Farms. And so he, you know, distributed chicken around to schools in the Ashanti region. I think it's more of whether we are, we can sustain the, you know, when the imports are taken, the demands for chicken. If we're able to sustain it, then I think that it would be a great thing to seize these, you know, imports of chicken. Because to be honest, we do not know how long do they stay on the ocean? 3 months before it finally gets here? Or is it by air?
So that they killed them 20 years ago.
And then there are all these videos online of them, you know, injecting the chicken with something to make it look plump and blah, blah, blah. We do not know how it is processed. So, yeah,
but we do know that the chicken are killed many, many years ago before, you know, they are brought into the country. Many years an exaggeration. Oh, no, I think so.
Many years ago.
Many years ago.
It's a bit of an exaggeration, I think.
Well, so some years ago.
No.
A few years ago.
A few weeks, perhaps, or
quite.
months. But years?
I think some of them take years. I'll probably have to check it. Let me just check it right away.
Please
but
check.
I'm sure some of the chicken.
Because I have a bit of many years ago. Because I know they're shipped here, and at least the ship takes about 3 months to get here. But years.
But maybe they were killed or slain, you know, weeks before they were shipped.
Oh, Debbie.
And another month, and another month at the cold store here before it gets to your soup. It's a year or more. I'll check it.
But we all enjoy it, so. Which one is
Yeah, but they say the fiakoko is nicer.
Ain't.
Yeah, so
it spends more time on the fire because in the Honam wedding, I have berry. But I mean, some chicken tastes very good. Some local chicken tastes very good. Okay, let me bring you the story while you're looking for that of the Ofankonsawam Road progress. Bringing relief to motorists. Now, a bit of that story reads, motorists using the Ofankonsawam Road have expressed gratitude to the government for the swift efforts to revive the stalled project. They are also thrilled with the current pace of work, which has significantly reduced the usual vehicular traffic congestion caused by the previously deteriorated road. A visit to the project last Thursday by this writer. Oh, she has my surname, and it's spelled the same way, Safo. Especially at the Pubiman Samsam Junction, the busiest and most deteriorated part of the stretch, which has now been leveled up. Also, construction workers with earth-moving machinery were actively working on site, including Sapeman, to reduce dust pollution. At least 2 of the 12 designated tankers were observed watering the road, except last night, last night, the place got flooded, and that story is on channel1news.com. Let me see if I can open that. Let me see if I can open.
So, is,
you've opened it?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't find that story. But yesterday, there were reports that the place was flooded again after the downpour.
I saw a taxi that had been submerged. And I'm not even joking. The video is viral on social media. The taxi, of course, a small saloon, taxi. It was submerged to the top. Now, the other bigger vehicles, I saw like a Honda CR-V, which managed to just about go through the water, right? We saw that and they couldn't move. People had to push it. And towing trucks were all over the place, towing vehicles from the flooded water. It was a sight to behold.
I don't understand. So I'm thinking, and I'm not an engineer, but I'm thinking that if right now this is what they're facing, is that what it's going to be after the road is constructed? Or is it that they're going to tell us that they haven't, done the gutters or they haven't given the water?
So I remember interviewing the resident engineer on the project on Sunday breakfast, right? And he mentioned to me that at the time, there were certain buildings along the stretch that had to be demolished. So, for example, he talked about, or he mentioned specifically, a building known as the Foster Hotel, which, was situated at a point where it was making the construction difficult and also creating problems for the construction of the, some other ancillary works like the drainage and all of that. Now, of course, due to court issues and other litigation that was going on, they didn't have the authority to demolish the building yet. But now I've seen that when the president went to that particular, the site of the construction, we've seen demolition exercises going on, and hopefully the drains will be constructed. But I'm very hopeful that with time, because they have to also relocate so many other settlers, some of them or most of them illegally, right, along the stretch, and all of that creates, a water movement problem when it rains. So I'm sure with time, as they move the people along the stretch and the drains are constructed and cleared, we should be seeing that these problems or relief is brought to residents. But yesterday wasn't a good sight. It wasn't a good sight at all. Particularly on the outer road that takes you to the Taifa road. Oh God, it was so bad. On a normal day, the road is like so pothole ridden, right?
Yeah.
So you can imagine it being flooded and potholes. It was deadly. And for me, nobody has to go through that.
That's interesting. Let me read that story that I said I'd bring. In Nsawam-Pokuase Road, submerged after torrential rains. A heavy downpour on Friday, September 12, flooded parts of the Nsawam-Pokuase Highway, disrupting traffic flow and leaving commuters stranded for several hours. The rains, which lasted for hours, caused sections of the road to overflow with water, making it difficult for vehicles to move. Several motorists were forced to park by the roadside, while others attempted to maneuver through the floodwaters at great risk. I'd never do that. Passengers were left stranded at bus stops along the route, with many expressing frustration over the recurring flooding situation whenever there is heavy rainfall. Some residents attributed the flooding to poor drainage systems and unregulated construction along waterways, calling on city authorities to take urgent steps to address the problem. While no casualties have been reported, the development highlights the recurring threat of flooding in Accra after downpours, and that there are lots of pictures on the Channel One News online portal. You can go there, read the story, look at the pictures. I'm also assuming that this would definitely hamper the progress of work, because if every day after it rains you have to come and probably
they need to find a way around it,
because this is crazy. And I'm hoping that this is not what we're going to be facing after the thing is completed proper. Do you have a story, or should I bring
and I want to bring
one?
you the story around the police arresting a man trafficking cannabis in an ambulance at La. And this story is on graphiconline.com. Very brief excerpt read. Accra Regional Police Commander has arrested a 39-year-old man, Kwame Manayi Tuanda, for allegedly using a private ambulance to traffic large quantities of cannabis. The arrest took place on Wednesday, September 10, 2025. After sustained police surveillance, the officers intercepted a Hyundai Hiace private ambulance with registration number GX 27720 in front of the Jamboree drinking spot at Lamami. According to a police statement, Twanda, who claimed ownership of both the vehicle and its content, was found standing beside the ambulance when it stopped. A search on the vehicle uncovered several sacks filled with dried leaves suspected to be cannabis. Upon further examination, officers retrieved 700 parcels and 473 wrappers of suspected narcotics. And the story goes on and on and on. But imagine using an ambulance, which is supposed to be used in saving lives, you know, and it's used in saving cannabis or transporting cannabis. That's interesting, because if you see an ambulance moving like that, at least, you know.
I wonder how much he's made since he started that scam.
Yeah, because he probably would have been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, because if you listen to the police, they said that, so he had another vehicle, and then, you know, he'd been doing this thing for a while, then he purchased another ambulance, and then, you know, he continued his business. But I like the fact that he didn't lie about it. I mean, actually, where you didn't have Becca. He was standing by the vehicle. They asked, "Are you the owner?" He said yes. They searched, they found the cannabis. He accepted that it is for him, and he's been doing it for a while. Smart business, but he's been caught. And I know the law will come down hard on him. Have you ever been to an Asante Hima funeral before?
Nope.
Do you want to go?
I think, you know, the last time when the minister said, I think one of the ministers in the Nanado government said that he was going to use funerals in Ghana as a tourism attraction. People ridiculed him for it, but come to think of it, you know, we had a funeral meme in Ghana go viral globally, the pallbearers.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
You know, so it's a thing. Last time I saw a video of someone buried in a coffin that was shaped in a beer
You know, when you go to the beach road, you see a lot of those kind of coffins.
Yeah, but I've not seen somebody actually buried in one, right? Okay. So this was particularly a beer bottle.
Beer bottle. Oh, so
when they were carrying, people were carrying, they hold it to say, I'm telling you. So it was interesting. I think we've gone a little too far when now you see people actively like playing with dead bodies, holding. Yeah, like I'm not. There's this
like
baba.
Are they the ones who what do they call them? Are they the undertakers? Are they the ones who?
So I don't know. Some of them are just even like French, right? So there was another video of, I think, a rapper in a community or a singer who died, and they had.
Was he buried in a microphone?
Buried with a microphone. No, he was. So he had.
They sat him down.
They stood him up.
Oh, okay.
With a microphone in hand.
Oh, nice.
And playing music as though he was the one singing. And they were, and of course, people were touching him and all of that. But you see, it raises serious hygienic and health concerns, right? So, in as much as we celebrate the way we also celebrate people when they pass, and I'm speaking about funerals, it's important that we do it with some protocols. So, yes. I think that Asante Hima's funeral would be. You should really one for history books.
Go and look at the event event and how it goes. But let me say that Nanama Konedu Yad on the 3rd, Asante Ma, who passed away on Thursday, August 7, she will be laid in state from Monday, September 15 to Thursday, September 18, 2025. Now, at a press briefing on Friday, September 12, the funeral committee outlined the schedule for paying homage. Monday, September 15, religious groups, political parties, schools, and corporate bodies. Tuesday, September 16, the judiciary, security agencies, and financial institutions. Wednesday, September 17, traditional leaders, ministers of state, diplomats, parliamentarians, and MMDCEs. Thursday, September 18, President John Dramani Mahama, former presidents, and former vice presidents. And the committee added that members of the general public may also attend on any of the days except for the evening of Thursday, September 18, when the final burial rites will be observed in private. And if you wish to pay your last respects, do not go inside there and go and video. They've already given you the warning. You'll be caught. But what happens on Thursday is that, I mean, you can go to your shop, but by, I think, 3 or 2, everybody should be indoors. And I remember from the last Asante Hima's funeral, I remember people in Accra were like, but why would people tell you to go and sleep? Don't go and sleep and see. Don't go and sleep and see. So I remember, I mean, as bold as we have gotten, I've seen videos online of I think the parade that was going through Bantama. People tried to, video it and put it online and all of that. So yes, they'll take her through some of the principal streets of the Ashanti region before they go to Bem. That's what we call it. And we'll go and bury our Queen Mother there. So, but throughout the week, there's going to be a display of cultural tradition. There's going to be so many things that you probably would never have witnessed. And all people from priestesses come from Volta region, from the north, come and display. It is a spectacle that you have to see. You have to be there to witness it yourself.
When do they serve the fufu?
The fufu? Yeah. Oh, it's always there. But it's not where the grounds are. It's just a bit further away.
I wonder the day that's like
the war one.
You're done crying, you're done mourning, then you.
Oh, you see, you sukra, you jai him. As a year question.
But don't do anything Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. So after the crying, then the back there's Asanka.
Sunday, I'm sure they'll go to church.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
Sunday, I'm sure they'll go to church. But because this is a royal funeral, on Thursday after she's buried, Friday, Saturday they'll rest. Sunday they'll go to Thanksgiving, as we like to call it. Yeah.
All right.
But definitely, Eduane Bewasi and Tise. But one now better. Unless you enter the palace, which I'm not sure if you have the right accreditation. Yeah. So that's our news review segment for you. When we return, we have one of our favorite segments, What's Happening? Don't go away.
Yo, Green, you no go job. You look unhappy and seem to be in pain.
I have this long-standing well at my anus and it keeps coming and going. I feel sick and so uncomfortable, bro.
Have you taken into consideration going to the hospital?
I've been to several hospitals and they keep telling me the same thing. They said it's anal fistula. I have to undergo a surgery. I'm scared I might not be able to hold my stool if I do this surgery.
Wait, have you considered seeing a proctologist?
Which one is that? What, do we have proctologists in Ghana here?
Bro, we have a lot of them. They are being trained every time.
Where can I...
An anal fistula is an abnormal tract which connects the inner parts of the anus to the skin around the anus. As long as this tract persists, there will be a recurring boil around the anus. A proctologist is the one credited with excellent outcomes of surgery of anal fistula. Laser and ligature anal fistula surgeries are the modern methods with very low recurrence rates.
Visit Mwintaba Hospital and Coloproctology Center today or call us. Mwintaba Hospital, First Ghana Colorectal Center, in to serve a peculiar health need.
Good evening and welcome to the greatest show on earth. This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
It's on SuperSport all season long. Pay your subscription today. Dial *759#. Available on DSTV and GoTV.
The City Business Olympics is back! It's all about team building, networking, and staying healthy. Which game game will your company participate in this year? Is it 7-a-side football, volleyball, swimming, basketball, or sack race? Rally your teammates and get ready for action. Date, Saturday, September 27, 2025. Time, 8 a.m. Venue, Eden Heights Sports Complex. Call 0558-973-973 to register your company today. Let's keep fit, grow connections, and enjoy a day full of energy and excitement. The City Business Olympics 2025 is powered by City FM with support from Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by UMB Bank and supported by Bethel Logistics.
Joining us this week on the Upside Down Show is the Miracles Abuaje. He's seen as one of the powerful communicators for his party. But did you know this about him?
So when did you know this, my mother?
I think that was somewhere class 4, 5. It was quite interesting. So one of my cousins, I think at that time, who knew, actually insulted me. You know, I think I remember that time he called me a bastard or something. It's okay, it's fine.
Of course.
I went to the village at that time on vacation. You know, long vacations.
Yeah.
We go to the village, the cuckoo and all of that. Then we were not the cuckoo. I said, oh, but why is he calling me a bastard?
When he found his dad, it was too late.
So you never met that man?
I never met him. I think the only time I met him, you know, funny enough, was last year, August, September, thereabout. But I met his obituary.
Oh, he died.
Also joining us on the show is the IPD Academy. So, make a date with us this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt, only on Channel 1 TV. In a nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umarusanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
The party itself has said that whenever you are in opposition, you should choose flag bearers early.
So what you are trying to tell me is that you want somebody who is going out to come and select a leader for you. So the next person will come and say, but I didn't select him.
Direct victim of attack, violent attack.
Where and when?
The first one happened in Parliament. I was pregnant.
Now, for me, it was legitimized by a radio or TV station giving her a position to work.
So for you, take issue with GH1 and what and giving her the platform.
That is where the minority is. We are on them. We've asked questions.
President Mahama will be a mean president if he prioritizes only his children and DCP. He needs to demonstrate a Ghanaian government.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umarusanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel 1 TV.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on Channel 1 TV. My name again, Jude Duncan, and I'm here with Eno Safo. Just going by the news review segment. Now it's time to tell you all your favorite events and activities happening in a location or an event center near you. We'll start off with one that's already passed, and I'm referring to the biggest Made in Ghana fair and exhibition. This is Ghana, proudly brought to you by Channel 1 TV and City FM. And then I think it's a good time to say a big thank you, to first of all the sponsors, and we'll come to the exhibitors,
yeah,
and of course the patrons,
yeah,
and all of
and
those,
to us,
of course, yeah,
and yes, and the music,
all of those who couldn't make it but were supporting physically. You know, so for my mom, for example, it's like, you know, she bought a lot of stuff from the agri fair. So much of it that there's even plate at home. It's like, she's not really sure about it.
Your mom came to the agri fair. You didn't introduce me.
Oh, when she came, I wasn't even there.
Okay.
When she came, I wasn't there after church. Then she just slid through. I had to do a few other things before coming. You know, so she wasn't really sure. But she kept sharing the poster. You know, it was the first thing on her status. And I don't even know where sometimes I'll see the poster on her status before I see it anywhere else, you know. So, and there are so many of such people who love what we do here and supported it, you know. So we say a big thank you to all of them as well. But anyway, it was amazing. Amazing.
I thoroughly enjoyed both days. The Saturday, oh my word. I don't know who was on duty that day, but if it was Judas, we beg him. The sun was high and it was hot.
Oh, it was on duty. You know what I mean?
You're wondering what I was talking about. It was crazy. And so I was under the tent trying to hide away, you know, shield myself from the sun. And I was wondering, sunscreen. And then I was like, okay. So when the sun came down a little, I think around like 4 thereabouts, I decided to walk through and I found a Made in Ghana sunscreen and I was so excited. She has a whole range of products for the skin, clear up your skin, blah, blah, blah. Natureholics is what I'm talking about. There were so many stands. And even now, I still see stands when I'm looking through the videos and the pictures that I don't know how I missed them because I remember walking through to make sure that I get a glimpse of at least everything, enter each stand. But maybe at a point I got tired, so I was just skipping. But it was amazing. It was amazing.
I agree as well. And the space was so big. So there was enough room for everyone to do what they wanted to do. So yes, kudos to the team again. I think my highlights from the event was seeing that the chief of staff, you know, who is in government, not in the country, but in government, about the third in command, right? Because if you have the president, you have the vice president. I think the chief of staff ranks very highly, if not number 3, in government or with the executive. And, you know, to come there, show support, talk about how this also is in line with government. I can smell the thing. I can smell the meat from here. And how
the girls.
Yeah, and how this is in line with government's overarching vision for the country about making the private sector a very formidable force so that it creates jobs, right? I met another lady at a stand. They sold like they do these jerseys and stuff, right? You know, of course, their competitors, definitely Nike and Adidas. These are household names, but they start small.
Yeah.
You know, when Adidas started in some village in Germany, I'm sure people were like, "Come on, what are you thinking?" You know. And I was asking this lady, and this is all that she's the only job she's known since leaving school 4 years ago, right? And for her, that's a source of livelihood. So imagine if the company is able to grow and they're able to employ 100 more. That's 100 people who would have been looking for Abaye Juma taking off, you know. So the private sector is really the engine of growth. We say that a lot, but it is what it is. So it was great seeing the chief of staff there, the Exim Bank, you know, CEO was also there, Mr. Sylvester Mensah. We also saw the Ghana Enterprises Agency's boss, Margot, also there. And I think there was one more.
Tourism.
The tourism minister. Very good.
Yeah.
Madame Jifa Ablagomashi.
She had the time of her life. She was dancing to Kwampa. The minute she hears music, and then she gets into a beat. So she had an amazing time as well.
She's a creative person through and through. So.
Yes. So she was right at home, going through the stands, smelling the creams, enjoying it, making comments here and there. She had an amazing time.
Yeah, and I bought something from Gideon Sagana at
the fair.
Yeah, I bought a nice shoe from them. You should see the shoe, really nice. At a point, I had to be sure it was made in Ghana.
Oh, really?
And forgive me for sounding very.
It's
but I look at the shop, I'm like,
normal.
bro, are you sure? It's like, oh yeah. Then he shows me the process through which they go through. Last year, I bought from Auto Cleaner. So these are like car products used to clean. Except that my car, that car was if I use all this product, oh, okay. That car was. No, but this one, then one I'm using now, if I use to solid, so it was amazing, and of course, Horseman shoes as well.
This stand was also nice, except all my nieces and nephews are a bit grown now, so dolls made in Ghana. They're very fluffy, so just in case.
Use Mama Tali to pound the thing. Oh, Mama Tali.
And Toma, please.
Mama
and Toma.
It's nice. It's nice. So
these people were very aggressive.
Yeah.
Coming, like the minute they meet you, they'll come. We have fresh palm oil. Ofie palm oil. Ofie. Oh my word! Yeah.
So
it was
all
amazing.
in all, I think we've made progress. I hope that when we come next year, a lot of these companies would have benefited of this platform we're giving them to scale up. Right, scale up in the sense that they'll be able to enter new spaces, hit new boundaries, grow their business such that it becomes a household name, and I'm sure in a few years we'll be all very glad to celebrate and say we're part of this, right? And it became this big. And you always start small. Let's not forget, right? You always start small. Yeah. And thank you again to Channel One TV for giving us this platform. And I'm speaking on behalf of the exhibitors right now, for giving us this platform. We're grateful.
Yes, yeah, their spokesperson.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well. It was amazing. I had fun. I met so many people who watch us consistently every Sunday.
Wow.
A woman saw me and she's like, "You need to meet my husband." So because of him, we don't change our station. He thoroughly enjoys Channel One TV, watching Channel One TV. So me, I've agreed. It's the kids that fights with him once in a while because they want to watch their cartoons and everything. But they have accepted that, and I'm like, so get the kids their own TV so that they won't disturb you. And he's like, yeah, he'll think about it, but then again, he's trying to be those parents who doesn't indulge their kids just because. So one TV is enough for all of them. But I'm like, but then you can't decide what everybody watches or show, but who watches the TV? It was an interesting conversation. Met so many families. People who watch us and enjoy us thoroughly. This is Saturday. This is Kwampa. Kwampa is amazing. It's so at a point, if you're an exhibitor, they're all trying to catch their attention so that they'll mention their names. So I've forgotten what song it was, but when he ends the song, if it's Core Naturals, he would mention her. I think we can watch that video and then see what I'm talking about.
But you can't do anything. You just can't shijama. You can't shijama and sweater. Oh God.
Yeah. So this was Saturday, and it was thoroughly amazing. Thoroughly amazing. So that's one of the entertainments that we had from Kwampa. Phenomenal. Is it palm wine music? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, I do everything.
Yeah, palm wine music.
I've heard him rap before.
But that's what they call
the setup of their music.
Their setup and their genre, palm wine music, because they're always in Toma with their guitar and what do they call that thing? That box that's Tisona. In some way. I don't know the name.
No, there's
don't
Konka,
come and lie to me.
No, there's Konka, which is the one they do. The other one, it says something. It's something. And now if you go to stadium and the House of Folk fans are playing
it.
Oh, I know. Play it. They use their leg too.
Yes, their leg too. Box drum.
Yeah.
Okay. A
But
producer say box drum. I'm sure there's a local name.
They call it something else. Then they have
that one.
The Adodompo. The
one that coach uses a lot. Get. Yeah.
This is called Gome.
Okay.
Yeah,
With their legs, you know.
Yeah, they use their leg to monitor the tune. So if you do this and they do tong tong, then you release the leg, it's kong kong.
It's Sawara.
Oh, that's awful.
It's Sawara.
I'm not serious.
Yo, Mate.
They get do, re, mi, fa, so in the
It's okay.
No, I'm not serious.
I beg you.
Anyway.
It's okay. So that's Saturday. Sunday was I've forgotten their name. Sunday was in Chin Chim. Man, I'm cancel. Maybe it was a whole concert. It was a whole concert. And I think they set up around like 4 thereabout, 5 thereabout. And at first I say, you know how people are shy, but the Channel 1 staff were in the front of the stage dancing. If you won't dance, we'll dance for you. And yeah, back to back music with Nana Tofo Boateng, and it was phenomenal, you know, and it was phenomenal. They were supposed to end around like 5, but we ended at like 6 or 7. It was amazing. I think we can listen to them as well.
Charlie, there are guys to watch now.
They're amazing. They are amazing, simply amazing, electrifying. I mean, this is just the prelims, like we say. And then, you know, the 5 there, no, we are no call from completely, no. Nana Tofo joined them on stage. It was, hey, Auntie Hawa on the dance floor, yo. I think this is the first time I've seen Hawa dance at any event. And I guess because they started with Daddy Lumba songs. So now we know what will get Hawa to dance.
She likes Daddy Lumba a lot.
She loves Daddy. I'm so name the lyrics singing out to. I see I know a Frema. You know, backing vocalist. they sing Daddy Lumba song. Abing means it's ready.
And waha, like here.
Yeah.
So then Abing.
Then I'll say Abing.
You know, it's like the song, it excites everyone. When they play the song, it's like everybody goes into haywire.
Yeah, I've been with her. Never curious so I want it, cause I've been a mano, I said to a mano. Once a day now, been come to Daddy Lumba say, Daddy, there now be.
When Jow shop, I know have a tonight. Yeah, I've been.
I never catch us on one to wash up for.
Jow shop.
Look at DJ Abeku. Yeah, people had the time of their lives, and we're so grateful that, you know, patrons came out, they stayed. I mean, where else would you go? Because there's food to eat, there's a place to sit, there's music for your dancing feet. Oh, I loved it. My only issue is that they need to grow the grass.
Yeah, I think government can do a lot more to, you know, make the space better. You know, funny enough, on that same stretch, at Rage, is where the Ministry of Children, Gender and Social Protection. No, they share the same stretch.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what the ministry is. And
all right.
a really nice building, I must say. If you look at how nice the ministry is, and you look at what has become of the children's park, it's an eyesore. And the children's park, as the name suggests, I believe, falls directly under the purview of the ministry. Even if it doesn't, you know, they should be interested in what has become of the place, and they can make it much better and even make more money off it by hosting some of these, you know, fairs and programs. So government, it's a nice space, it's an open space, there are nice trees there, we are breathing fresh air. Let's just make it better.
Yeah, we had fun. Yay, thank you. Should we move on?
Yeah, we can.
All right. So we're having the City Business Olympics on the 27th of September, 2025.
Yeah.
And it promises to be another massive event where companies, you know, come and I was going to say in the spirit of camaraderie, but Charlie, the way people take their thing World Cup, no,
It'd be
some way because they want to, by all means, be the ultimate winners.
It's truly Ghana's only sport Olympics. Is, you know, Ghana's Olympics. You know, it is in a lot of ways. It is, right? I don't think there's any. And on Friday, I heard the City Breakfast Show talk about the experience there and talk about how sometimes the Jama becomes like a whole different, and it's true. Right, so I'm looking forward to it. This time around, I hope I'll be assigned to, you know, supervise the volleyball. Last year was the last sport to finish.
It's always is.
And it became the center. It was like a proper final.
Yeah,
you know,
it's very competitive.
I'm telling you.
Very,
it was
very competitive.
GBC, oh God. You know.
Yeah.
And it was really amazing. So we'll see how this year goes as well.
And we're urging companies, GCB. And we're urging all the companies to call 0558-973-973.
Is it the arm wrestling there? Is it the way they do that too?
Yeah.
Imagine you are the bolero in your office. There you go. And they chop you clean. When you come back to the office.
Monday morning. You're in trouble.
When you come back to the office.
Monday morning. Monday morning, you're in trouble. 0558-973-973. That's the number to call. I hear this year there's some lounge B where there'll be some TV B, some films showing and some authorities, high authorities, and the CEOs.
Is this some recent? Can it be on the side? You know more at all.
Yeah, because we don't want our CEOs to be exhausted and all of that. But that lounge would be a networking lounge. Charlie, I do this. What do you do? Oh, I do. Oh, yeah, we can collaborate.
Which has always been the case.
Exactly. So it's an opportunity to network, meet new people, meet new firms, partake in sports and activities. We probably haven't even walked the whole year. You come and walk around the whole day. Trust me, you'll clock in your 10,000 steps, and maybe from there you'll continue you know, doing activities, outdoor activities that would benefit you in the long run.
Very important.
So it will start at 8 a.m. exactly because there are lots of sporting activities that we have to finish. Hopefully this year won't take too long with the volleyball. Yeah, the volleyball, because it's always the last thing to end. That's partly because in that same space we have basketball. So yeah, hopefully. But that's the thing to look forward to here from us at Channel 1 TV and 97.3
dive into the water like fish. Like, no, you have to bring your company card. You are a professional swimmer. You know, they bring their card and they are actually staffers.
Yeah, they're staff.
You know,
Staff
so it's amazing.
company,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
So there's swimming,
People have talent in Ghana
volleyball,
now.
football. I don't know why we're never at the Olympics.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a different conversation for another day.
Soccer, basketball, table tennis, volleyball, swimming, tug of war, lime and spoon, CEO's challenge, arm wrestling, amongst other things. And you make payment and you get to be a part of this year's Olympics. The number again, 0558 973 973. We already have some amazing sponsors. Let me see. All right. So the City Business Olympics 2025 is powered by City FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Side Hustle, and is proudly sponsored by UMB Bank and supported by Bethel Logistics and Danpong Healthcare. Those are amazing sponsors.
Yeah, shout outs to Danpong Healthcare, you know, and of course Bethel Logistics. And I must say, Bethel has really been with us through this for quite
CBO,
for quite some time.
Yeah.
And of course, to our main sponsor, UMB Bank. They say 7 Ghana with speed since 1972.
I wonder what the speed is. S.P.E. I'm sure it's an acronym for something. I'd love to know what it is. And then, you know, we're doing this in partnership with Side Hustle. They were with us at This Is Ghana, and they're with us now at the CBO as partners this time round. So that's amazing. If you want to sponsor, please do come on board. We're ever ready to have you. 0558 973 973 is the number to call. Right. Moving on, we have Clout, which is a movie premiere happening today at the premieres is today September 13th. No, September 13th. Today is September 13th.
Yes, I know. Today is September.
Hey,
yesterday was September 12th.
Oh, wow.
So today is September 13th.
Hey, today's my uncle's birthday. Yeah. All right, I wish him a happy birthday. Right, September 13th. Oh, wow. So Clouds is a movie, and it's premiering today at the Silverbird Cinemas. And let me tell you about who is in it. So Roland, which is played by, I haven't seen Van Vicker in a movie in so long. Yeah, but he's desperate to be seen, and he'll chase clouds at any cost, of course. He believes Queen, which is played by Rabi Bray, is his ticket to his big break that he's been waiting for. And his side is me, played by Ajete Anand, who's a loyal friend, willing to go to any dangerous length to help him rise. So that's what's happening at the Silverbird Cinemas in Accra, 13th September 2025. The premiere of Clout is happening. Other people you'll find in the movie, aside Rabi Bray, Ajete Anand Van Vicker, Beverly Afaglo, Amapokria, Asoya, Papacito, Awudi J, Rose Gold, Gabby. So if movies is your thing, Silverbird Cinemas is your place.
What time is it showing?
To be. The time is 7 p.m. on the dot. Do not be late.
Maybe.
Right. Creative chaos. Now, what would you do if you had total creative freedom for a day?
The immersive experience. I like the sound of this.
All right, so they're launching something new today at the so it's Creative Chaos Accra returns bigger and better, an immersive experience that honors culture and drives creative collaboration. So Come and immerse yourself. Networking, live arts battles, creative provocations, a digital playground, collective narratives. So that's what's happening at Jumbo Spaces in Chado, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And go and immerse yourself in creativity.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people say nice things about the Jumbo Spaces.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Chado. So see. I like this creative chaos. Yeah, amazing. Shout outs to the organizers.
I think I'll go and explore my painting skills, because the one that I did here, people were like, "Oh wow, you sure you haven't touched a brush in a long time?" I'm like, "Yeah, I haven't." So
I'm not really sure, but
hey, my friend. Hey, my friend.
I'm not really sure.
Be careful what comes out of your mouth.
That's okay.
I have a phone in hand. All right, moving on, we have interactive zones, which is a hands-on creation zone. So you get to experience collaborative visual arts with splatter painting and ceramic painting. Oh, this is all part of the creative chaos.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a narrative exchange zone where you get to contribute to meaningful discussions or find a safe space for a much-needed rant. And there's going to be a digital playground where you step into a world of augmented reality and virtual reality. I remember someone brought some to City once, and Bernard and I had a
the
fun...
virtual reality.
Yeah, the virtual reality playing. That was nice.
Yeah.
That was very nice.
So, I know the creative chaos, right? What they call the immersive experience is hosted by CrowdPen in collaboration with Jumbo Spaces, and of course the People Mixer. So we'll see how this, goes. Yeah. So I think it's a good time to go on a break. There's a lot more conversations we have for you right here on Breakfast Daily. You don't want to miss any part of this conversation. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
The Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, and the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology, in partnership with the European Union, VRA, the 24-hour Export Development Secretariat Presidential Initiative for Agriculture, and the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry presents the Ghana Industrial Summit and Exhibition and the Biannual Environment, Science and Technology Forum 2025 from the 16th to the 18th of September, 8:30 a.m. daily. New venue, the Palms Convention Center, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Accra. Theme: Unlocking Industrial Potential, Strategic Approaches for Ghana's Economy Transformation. Highlights include the VRA Village, EU Village, Chinese Auto Parts and Machinery Village, Entrepreneurship Village, Pharmaceutical and Herbal Industry Engagements, the AGI Pitch Contest, plus extensive networking through conferences, B2B sessions and exhibitions. Sponsors: VRA, EU, UNESCO, GIZ Pharmavax Project, Nexans, Republic Bank, ABSA and Bank of Africa. Media partners: CTFM, Joy FM, Joy Business, Channel 1 TV, Daily Graphic, BNFT and Back Press. For conferences and exhibition spaces, contact 0244-933-106. Remember, this year's summit and expo is now at the Palms Convention Center, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Accra. The general public is invited to the exhibition. GISE, Driving Industrial Growth in Ghana.
You've seen nothing yet. This Big Brother Naija Season 10. It's 10 times the drama, 10 times the rivalry, and 10 times the game. This is certified. No zero, no minus. Big Brother Naija Season 10. Showing 24/7 on DSTV and on GoTV. Gold sponsor, Guinness.
Remember who we are seeing now. At risk of prostate enlargement. We remember Oha 20 ebitimi prostate cancer. 5 bitimi afamu Nadia ubefamu.
Actually, this is not my fault.
And to wada, entina midi menichi Executive Prostate Center.
Executive Prostate Center is a unique medical center where we harmonize in-depth traditional medicine with cutting-edge science and technology to cure, to treat, and to prevent diseases like prostate enlargement, prostate cancer.
Executive Prostate Center, Madame facilities no any professional medical care.
Sisi a bibia clear system no. Ye nro ne so de natural. Into we koso afama ye.
Executive Prostate Center. My cured.
Joining us this week on the Upside Down Show is the Miracles Abuaje. He's seen as one of the powerful communicators for his party. But did you know this about him?
So when did you know this, my mother?
I think that was somewhere class 4, 5. It was quite interesting. So one of my cousins, I think at that time, who knew, actually insulted me. You know, I think I remember that time he called me a bastard or something. It's okay, it's fine.
Of course.
I went to the village at that time on vacation. You know, long vacations.
Yeah.
We go to the village, the cuckoo and all of that. Then we were not the cuckoo. I said, oh, but why is he calling me a bastard?
When he found his dad, it was too late.
So you never met that man?
I never met him. I think the only time I met him, you know, funny enough, was last year, August, September, thereabout. But I met his obituary.
Oh,
his poster.
he died. Also joining us on the show is the IPD Academy. So, make a date with us this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt, only on Channel 1 TV.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on Channel 1 TV. Continuing the show where we left off, we have joining us in studio Nabia, who is a creative designer. That's a lot more. She'll be telling us about that pretty shortly. Today on the show, we'll be looking at upholstery, right? Replacing old furniture and bringing a proper feel to already existing furniture that you have, right? But just all concerns. If you have any message, we'll be glad to read all of it on the number. You can use this on the screen. You could also use the hashtag Breakfast Daily Weekend. Nabia, good morning.
Good morning.
It's been a while. I trust you are doing good. Amazing. My co-host Eno is also doing good.
As for Eno, I'm fighting with her.
Oh, really?
I've seen her shoes, so she won't give me cakes, and I want the shoes. She said she'll give me the shoes, so right now. So if you don't sign bond of 1844, I won't talk about upholstery.
Yeah, sorry.
We apologize on behalf of me.
I really thought you were going to exhibit at This Is Ghana.
You didn't invite me. Let me do allegation.
But you know, right now you're part of the thing, right? So you don't need invitation.
Okay, now I'm embarrassed. I'm very sorry.
What's the excuse?
I don't have one.
That's the best.
Amazing. Today it was fantastic. You know, it was amazing, absolutely breathtaking, especially for new and the much younger businesses. So there's this lady who was a lawyer. And I forgot what she's even into. But there was a photo we posted that was retweeted by the Minister for Tourism who visited a stand, you know, and she went to quote the thing. Okay, she's into skincare.
Okay.
Charlie, the tweet had like 3,000 likes.
And that's amazing for a small business.
I'm telling you.
That's amazing.
You know, and a lot of the comments, oh, I didn't know you were into this. Oh, and these were like, some of the people she wasn't even in law school with. So,
can you imagine?
Yeah.
So she's not doing her work well.
But there's only so much you can do.
People that go to school and
especially
have a business.
Especially if it's a side job. Yes. You know, she's a lawyer, she goes to court. So the small time she gets, she's doing this. And maybe it's just family and friends, a few circles. Yes. It's like, oh, let me just give it a shot. And the tweet had, I think, over 164,000 views.
She said she's adding it to her collection.
You know, so for her, that's a major takeoff.
Yeah.
You know, so
and I smelled
it was amazing.
It was amazing.
Oh, you know the lady I was referring to?
at the bottom. Yeah. Her packaging was in some yellow something.
I know. The funny thing is that I was there, but I didn't even see her.
I didn't see her. When I went out to look for her, I couldn't find her.
So yeah, it was amazing.
One I saw Vista pieces. She uses concrete to make.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw her. I was looking for her. I saw her, and I just saw her in the videos that we played. Man, I couldn't find her.
And I was like, oh wow, this is correct, like home furnishing.
So you can do something with her. Collaboration.
Let me tell you the truth. I've taken her number. She's called Faith.
I know her. Faith.
Ametogo.
Ametogo. Yeah. The husband is a very good friend of mine. In fact, I visited her stand.
Oh, you did? It didn't take me. I couldn't find it.
She was towards the end like that.
Oh, okay.
You know, I visited her stand. Her husband was there. We had a long conversation. You know, Maximus, he be a major guy.
This one that you're smiling. What did you get for free?
They had a fair. Oh, you see, I pay for the thing. So.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's the funny thing.
Somebody wanted to give me tiger nut. Some tiger nut juice. Say, it's tiger nut. It's good for me. I said, hey, you can keep it.
Good for you. In what sense?
It was really, really nice.
In what sense?
It was like, you can keep it. I said, no, tiger nut, I have to pay myself because, so I paid. Because I also want to support local businesses.
Yeah, of course.
So that was the whole idea.
It's commendable that City is doing this, or Channel 1/City is doing this, because, I mean, I can speak on behalf of all small businesses. When we post our flyers and stuff online, sometimes we get discouraged because we only get 1 like, 2 shares. Nobody say anything. But to have a platform to have a home minister, I can imagine her joy. I'm sure she's still excited because it's a big thing. So I'll say thank you on behalf of everyone. And I know how it feels. You prepare your flyer, you post it, and only 1 person will share. So
can be discouraging.
It is well.
It is.
We're talking upholstery today.
Yes.
What is upholstery? It sounds such a big word.
I know, very dramatic word. So upholstery in everyday language is the final covering of any seat that we sit on. So our chairs at home, our chairs in the offices, chairs in commercial spaces, our chairs in our cars, our bicycles, motorcycles, anything that we sit on that has a covering to protect us from our body interfacing with the leather, with the foam, the fiber, the screws, the nails. So that final covering is upholstery. If I may continue, there are 3 types of upholstery now. What we all grew up around is the first 2 of leather and fabric. But now there's performance fabric. Performance fabric is designed by manufacturers knowing that human beings, we do all sorts of things. We sit in our couches, we sit in our cars, there's spillage, there are kids. If there are no kids, we adults, we are eating, and there's oil, there's wine, there's something. So the performance fabrics have been designed so that when there's a spill, when you wipe off, that's it. If you put your feet in and there's dirt, that's it. If you even take a blade or a knife and you try to rip, it doesn't easily unless you attack with urgency. So now for upholstery, as far as it's all concerned, there are 3 types. There's the leather, then the fabric, then the performance fabric.
I'm saying performance fabric doesn't come cheap.
It's the most it's the most expensive for both in cars and our everyday spaces. Yes, that is like the premium now, and they are even. We can break the performance fabrics down. Now there's even there's an ordinary one of, if you cut, it won't cut. If you spill, you won't spill. But there are some which even have sensors in now, of heat. When it's cold, you just button then.
So that's a smart.
Yes.
Smart upholstery.
Yes, there's some which does the massaging as well.
Yeah, I've sat in an Uber car where the seat, could massage you if you wanted or requested one.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting. There's a craze for leather finishings, right? Be it homes, be it offices. it's worse when it comes to vehicles because they actually sell cars and say leather seats, and it's supposed to be an added advantage. See, I bought a car, it was fabric seats. It's like, oh, you can upgrade to leather. And I was interested in, like, why is it such a big deal? Right? They talk about it's the cleaning bit of it, much easy to do. They say it absorbs. I think the only disadvantage was that the heat, thing. But why is leather such a big deal when it comes to upholstery?
It's a status thing. That's just what it is. It's a status thing. So let me take you back again. The performance fabric, it's mostly with the car manufacturers. They are the ones who have hyped it because imagine you buy a Mercedes-Benz. It comes in, see how they describe the seats, premium leather, the smell, you can customize. So the performance fabric industry began from there. Then we pushed it into our homes. But leather is more of status, and it's not a current thing over the years. And it was status largely because animals, when they killed them, the skin, the hide, is turned into or preserved into, or how do you say?
Willy.
Yes. Oh, no, willy. And I'll beat you. Like proper leather. So it began from, there was only an echelon, a particular group of people who had leather seats in their homes, and in those times, the kind of cars they had. So that status has grown from that time till now. So it's like the more softer, the more supple, the more performance enhanced it can be, then the more you've reached a status thing. So leather is more of status. It tells a story before, fabric would come and do its thing. Yeah, but there are fabrics which are equally as expensive
as
leather.
Why would anyone want to do upholstery? If there's wood and a nice, comfortable pillow in the chair, shouldn't that be enough for me?
Well, upholstery in its sense also is to preserve the inner bits of the seat. That's also another fundamental. That's the main use of it. Before we talk about how flashy, how nice, it's supposed to protect it or bring it together. Unless you're doing a pure wooden seat where you want to see all your wood or all your grain and all of that. But even if you put a pillow in, you still want to cover that pillow because you want to preserve the foam. You want to preserve the fiber. So upholstery in its sense is just to cover whatever that you are going to be seated on and organize, because you can't sit on the foam just like that. You make it dirty. The way foam is, no matter what you do, if you sit on it just like that, it becomes dirty, it loses shape, But if you put the foam, you put the fiber on it, the fabric of leather or of upholstery fabric or performance just organizes the foam together. So that's the main reason why you can't run away from it.
And you were mentioning that it enhances the look and feel of certain spaces that you put in. And is it only chairs that we can do upholstery? What about tables?
No, now we do ottomans. That's like tables. We do tables. We do beds. Now people like fully upholstered beds. Now, it's a whole thing now.
I see.
Headboards, for instance. If you don't want to do, you want a headboard. You can't. People like the wood, but imagine you have a tufted headboard so that when you sit up to read or whatever activity, it supports you. So they are fully upholstered beds. They are fully upholstered tables now. Sometimes TV units, display units. Some people are daring enough to want leather, or people. It's like if you have the money,
you have the money, you can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want to do.
Interesting.
Yeah. But one thing that I would like to add is that people shouldn't DIY when they have upholstery tears.
Really? Why not?
You see, there's a lot of sewing that goes into the upholstery, right? There are videos online on YouTube where you see that when there's a tear, then somebody just pulls, then they do the stapling and all of that. Yes, that's what people say and go like, oh, I can just pull and tag and staple. But what you forget is, or what you don't know, rather, is that the person who has done that has seen, before the person tagged, has seen that if I tag, all the other edges will fall in place. Maybe for your tear, if you tag and you staple, the other side would rip, right? So if you are not somebody with a technical eye or somebody who knows how to sew, when you have a rip, kindly go and look for an upholster or look for a company that sews and go to them and talk to them that you have this rip. They should invite their upholster to come and see, and they will give you first aid of what it is you should do and what you shouldn't do. I have been to homes that people have tried to just staple and didn't work. The fabric rather
tore apart.
So please, don't do that.
So are there specific tools, I mean, talking about not doing it yourself, are there specific tools or are there specific things that people can DIY themselves, or just don't attempt it if you don't know?
Don't attempt it if you don't know. Just don't attempt it if you don't know, because even the stapling gun that we upholsters use is not the stapling machine that you use in your office. That it's a different thing altogether. The kind of pins that we use to hold the fabric in place is not like the normal bob pins that you see like for office stationery, you know. So this one, it's don't DIY. I'll not even try to, no, just don't DIY.
How easy or difficult is it to clean upholstery? I mean, you mentioned 3 different, you know, how easy is it to maintain them, clean them, make sure that they're looking nice?
Okay, so very good question. Let's start with leather. Leather is by far one of the easiest when it comes to cleaning. Just that leather is like a girlfriend, you need to maintain it. So the polishing, I always, anytime I come here and talk about
like a boyfriend.
Or like a boyfriend, you need to
because you still need to maintain it.
No. Hey, Jude, how do you? You still need to maintain. The thing about leather is, as you are polishing, as you are treating it, when it comes to the maintenance, it's very easy. Because if you don't polish, when it begins to tear and shed, it really rips because it hasn't had a lot of oil, a lot of all that. So once it begins to tear, then it's really tearing. But if you're polishing regularly, as you're using it and you're cleaning, it doesn't really affect the texture of the leather. So I always say leather is one of the easiest, but you still have to do your polishing in between to keep it in that frame. For fabric, you also, fabric, there are types.
Okay.
The most basic one, which is easy to clean, is cotton. So you see that most upholsters, proper upholsters, will tell you that when you are buying chairs, opt for cotton, because the kind of products on the market that easily remove stains are the ones which are of cotton-based ingredients. So those ones you can just walk into a mart or a shop and you see that anti-stain remover. When you look at the back of the can, they'll tell you for cotton, for linen. So anytime you're buying a seat, automatically look for cotton threads in whatever color it is that you're looking for. Those are very easy. For the high-end ones of the velvet and the boucle, those ones to have their own things you can use to clean. But just that those ones, you have to more or less have brushes available all the time around you, you know, to make sure that all the, because they trap dust much faster. So you can't say, oh, I have a nice velvet stain, you don't have a brush in, a soft brush sitting somewhere. You've wasted your time. By 6 months, you see that the fabric is misbehaving because there's dust, and when you sit in, you see, I see there's sand rubbing against your skin. So always have the brush. And also, the thing is, once you spill, don't sit in the spill. Just rush and look for a soft t-shirt and blot.
Okay.
Yes. As for that, we can't do without it. Yes. So once somebody spills, before you yell at the person, before you yell at yourself, you rush and do your clean first and yell later. If it's of stains of blood, stains of wine, then you can get professionals in. There are so many small businesses now that are doing these kind of things. There are so many wash and go agencies now which are offering upholstery cleaning. They do of cars and they do of homes. Yes, so at least small businesses, yay. Please call them. They have the steaming machines. If you don't have one, they come in with the steaming machines and they're able to do that. For the performance fabric, as for that, if you have it, you don't sweat. The other one, you don't sweat unless you are really determined to spoil it. But the stain doesn't even seep through the fabric. It's sitting on top of the fabric, leather or cotton or what. It's just sitting there. So you just have to do your wiping and yeah. So that's the first aid of it.
Interesting. Thank you so much. I've learned a lot. If you have the money, I think the third option, especially if you don't like cleaning, the third option is for you. So you spend more.
Yes. So let me give you like a price range to make you shout before I go.
Okay.
So normal leather, you're looking at say 30,000 a seat. All right.
Okay.
Then fabric, you are looking at 25, 30. But performance fabric, you're looking at 70,000 Ghana cedis. That's all I'll say.
Wait, is this for like a set?
A set of 3, 2, 1, 1. 3-seater, 2-seater, 1, 1. Yes.
Over to you, Jude.
All I say, but to say that's expensive. Yes. And it's very expensive for something that also costs to maintain. And I'm hoping that maybe another time we can discuss furnishing around the floor, and even like in other spaces, because I see that now there's a move away from hardcore tiling to the use of wood.
Yes.
And there's also is this ceramic? There's this other thing they use in very modern.
Looks like wood as well.
Yeah.
But it isn't actually wood. I've seen them hammering.
And that's also upholstery, right?
Yes.
So maybe we can look at all of those and more in other, or subsequent editions of the show. But thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure. Where can we find you?
Okay, so if it's online, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Nabia Bastinets and more. If you want to see me personally and bring me cake, which I will take, you find me in Ayi Mensa.
Okay.
Yes, Ayi Mensa behind the Danfa Junior High School.
I know that very well. Very, very well.
That's where I am.
All right. That's all time will allow us for yet another exciting conversation around improving your home and your personal spaces. Nabia, who runs Bassinets and more, taking us through that conversation on upholstery. We'll take a quick break. When we're back, the sports. Don't go away.
The City Business Olympics is back! It's all about team building, networking, and staying healthy. Which game will your company participate in this year? Is it 7-a-side football, volleyball, swimming, basketball, or sack race? Rally your teammates and get ready for action. Date, Saturday, September 27, 2025. Time, 8 a.m. Venue, Eden Heights Sports Complex. Call 0558-973-973 to register your company today. Let's keep fit, grow connections, and enjoy a day full of energy and excitement. The City Business Olympics 2025 is powered by City FM with support from Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by UMB Bank and supported by Bethel Logistics.
Joining us this week on the Upside Down Show is the Miracles Abuaje. He's seen as one of the powerful communicators for his party. But did you know this about him?
So when did you know this, my mother?
I think that was somewhere class 4, 5. It was quite interesting. So one of my cousins, I think at that time, who knew, actually insulted me. You know, I think I remember that time he called me a bastard or something. It's okay, it's fine.
Of course.
I went to the village at that time on vacation. You know, long vacations.
Yeah.
We go to the village, the cuckoo and all of that. Then we are not the cuckoo. I said, oh, but why is he calling me a bastard?
When he found his dad, it was too late.
So you never met that man?
I never met him. I think the only time I met him, you know, funny enough, was last year, August, September, thereabout. But I met his obituary.
Oh, he died. Also joining us on the show is the IPD Academy. So, make a date with us this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt, only on Channel 1 TV.
You're welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily Weekend right here with me, Eno Safo and Jude Duncan. We have Yao Minta joining us from the City Sports Desk. We're talking sports. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Eno. Good morning. Good morning to you and good morning to Jude.
Good morning.
Oh, mint. Yeah, Mr. Duncan.
Oh, mint.
You give him fans. When I done, we continue because time no day.
Settings in it.
Me?
Settings in it, y'all.
Me.
Boy.
And it's great you mentioned time because at 11:05 today, this morning, our Ghanaian athletes will be in action. Some of our Ghanaian athletes will be in action. 8 of them have qualified to compete in the World Athletics Championships. And it starts today. And it has already started in terms of some of the disciplines. The walk has started. They started early in order to beat the heat because Tokyo, they are still dealing with the heat wave, high temperatures. And so in order to avoid exposing the athletes to a lot of heat or hot conditions, they started quite early. And yes, 11:05, that's when the 100-meter men's heat will commence. And in that particular discipline, there's Benjamin Azamati, who's representing Ghana, and then there's Abdul Rashid Saminu, who's also representing Ghana. And yes, the official list has been released. So Heat 5, there's Benjamin Azamati. He'll be running alongside Letsile Tibogo from Botswana. Yeah, the iconic Letsile Tibogo.
Remember him?
Yeah. He won gold in the Olympic Games in the 200 meters, and he also won gold in the 4x400. And when it comes to the World Championships, in the 100 meters, he bagged a silver medal in the 100 meters in the last World Championship. And so he's one to look out for. So Benjamin Azamati will be running alongside Tibogo, Courtney Lindsay, Andre De Grassi, Eric Cardoso, Lucas Ansapepra. He's Ghanaian, but he runs for Germany. So that's Heat 5. And then in Heat 7, you have Abdul Rashid Saminu. Yes, the man behind me. He'll be running alongside Kani Simbini, Ferdinand Omanyala. Omanyala is the fastest African. He holds the African record. And so, yes, Abdul Rashid Saminu will be running alongside him. And yes, it's important to recognize the efforts of these guys, especially this guy on the screen, because Azamati held the national record, 9.90 seconds. He held it since 2022. And this year, Abdurrashid Saminu smashed it. He ran a time of 9.86 and to set a new national record. And 3 weeks later, he lowered it further to 9.84. So now the national record, when it comes to the 100 meters men, it stands at 9.84 seconds. And it's one of the fastest times this year recorded. And yes, he's our biggest medal hopeful. That must be said. Looking at how his times compared to the likes of Noah Lyles, Letsile Tubogo, and those guys. And yes, it is quite disappointing that at this point in time, leading to the competition, they haven't received any financial package, any financial boost. And yes, this is a humble appeal to the Minister of Sports and Recreation that even if they are not going to get anything, at least Abdurrashid Saminu deserves to get at least $5,000 for breaking the record, the national record, twice and being one of the fastest men in the world this year. Because you cannot have a situation where these guys haven't had a lick of $1 being given to them, but the kit officer of the Black Stars gets $4,000 per game. That is absolutely atrocious. It's scandalous. You cannot have that situation. And that is, aside the $4,000 they get, there's the stipends.
Yeah. The kit officer was on 8,000, if I'm not mistaken.
He used to be on 8,000. They used to be on 8,000, and it got reduced to 4,000. And for me, that is scandalous because $4,000, that is aside the per diem money, which was $150. And that is aside the money allocated for food per head, which was $80 a day per person. You cannot have all these goodies going to one person in the Black Stars at the expense of people who are making significant strides and don't need as much to be taken care of because they are just 8 athletes in Tokyo. If you give them $50,000, $5,000 per person, the remaining $10,000, you use it to take care of the coaches and maybe the psychologists who would accompany them from the Ghana Athletics Federation, Ghana Athletics. And so for me, that's very disappointing that so far they haven't had any kind of financial assistance or financial boost to be able to get their morale to be on point ahead of these championships. But yeah, we're hoping for the best. And the only lady who is also competing in these championships and representing Ghana is Rosie Eboa, the national record high jumper. And yeah, she's also a medal hopeful. But if you ask me, our biggest medal hopeful is Abdurrashid Saminu, looking at the times that he's run this year. And so, yeah, the World Championships, they've started, but the sprint event, which is the most iconic event or the eye-catching event, that one starts at 11:05 a.m. So this morning, right after here, while you're enjoying the big issue, you can also be taking a look out for how our brothers will fare on the track. And after the preliminary round is done, if they qualify, later tonight at 8:35, they will run the second heat.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's close. Why?
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine because it's this morning, you run the preliminary rounds. Then if you qualify, you have pretty much the whole day till 8:35 in the evening. So I think it's fine. Yeah, so you can get to rest and recover, then race again.
Recovery, Papa B.
Oh, you recover because, I mean, you get enough time to recover. So, so that's the rundown on athletics. And, yeah, we hope and wish for the best for our people. And, yeah, the Ministry of Youth of Sports and Recreation, please, you need to be sending out some quick hard cash to these guys because they've done a great job qualifying to the World Championship.
No wonder, most of them move for other countries. You mentioned a Ghanaian running for Germany.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if they're getting the support
and
there.
some of them were also born in those countries, but they ditched the chance to come to Ghana because at the end of the day, they see what is happening to
and how we're treating our athletes.
And speaking of treatment to athletes, Tobi Amuzan of Nigeria,
right.
The 100-meter hurdles women, she holds the world record, and you should see the kind of conditions she was training in Nigeria before she went to the World Championship. It was absolutely horrific.
Has she ditched Nigeria?
No, she hasn't ditched Nigeria. That's Ophili. I've forgotten her first name. That's Ophili. She runs in the 200 meters. She's started the process to switch from Nigeria to Turkey, to run for Turkey because of all these things. And she even qualified last year's Olympics. She even qualified to participate in the Olympics.
And they didn't register her.
They didn't register her.
I remember that scandal. I remember so well.
Can you imagine? They didn't even register her. They couldn't register her in time, so she couldn't even run.
Oh,
like,
man.
how can you do this?
I remember how broken she was because she had put her work into it.
Yes.
Oh man.
And so
But she's running?
No, she's running. She's running because she started the process, but she hasn't completed it. And so we'll see how things go. So athletics is done. Later, can I say tonight? No, early tomorrow morning. There's a big boxing bout that's coming up. That's a matchup between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford.
This is the biggest boxing bout in the last decade. Bigger than Mayweather and Pacquiao, you agree?
Bigger than Mayweather and Pacquiao. In terms of boxing itself, in terms of pure boxing from a purist standpoint, I think so. But from
a clout
commercial standpoint, oh no, definitely. Those two guys really brought it. But unfortunately, this bout is suffering from what happened, the disappointment in that Mayweather-Pacquiao fight.
Yeah.
Because that Mayweather-Pacquiao fight didn't live up to expectation.
Yeah.
It did not live up to the
How
billing.
about the Wilder and Fury fight?
The Wilder and Fury fight, it lived up to expectation, but it lived up to the billing. But yeah, in terms of being able to carry a lot of crossover appeal, yes, it was the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. But it did, in terms of the boxing itself, it did not live up to expectation. And it's the same reason why this bout is also suffering the kind of effects from that bout, because a lot of people are thinking, oh, these guys are a little past their prime.
Right.
And it's the same thing that happened with Mayweather and Pacquiao, because they were supposed to have fought
way
4
earlier.
years
Earlier.
before. 4 years before. The time they fought, Mayweather was 38 years old.
Nabucco Mbanku and
So
Aite
this is happening
Pass.
at 2 a.m.
Yeah, 2 a.m. 2 a.m. And yeah, it's a big bout. Terence Crawford is stepping out 3-weight classes. He normally fights in the welterweight division, and now he stepped out to the super middleweight division. That's where Canelo Alvarez is quite comfortable operating at. And so yeah, all the titles in the super middleweight division are up for grabs. And so once you win this bout, you become the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. And so make a date and look out for that matchup. It's going to be a very, very good matchup. I've already written an article on it on City Sports Online.
Amazing.
Also, you can check it out.
So you can check it out.
But we're done with athletics, we're done with boxing. So we'll switch to the world's most popular sport, and that is soccer or football, depending on
soccer.
Depending
on where you find yourself.
Where you find yourself.
Which continent you
It's
find
soccer,
yourself.
It's football.
The
It depends on the
beautiful
continent
game.
you are.
The beautiful
Australians
game.
call it soccer. Canadians call it soccer. Americans call it soccer. So you have to adjust.
You guys are going to be on the Republic of Football.
Yes, you're going to be on the Republic of Football today, 2 to 5. We'll bring you all the games live from the EPL, Spanish La Liga, all the other leagues in the world, including the Ghana League, which started last night. Accra House of Folk drew goalless with Hoho United. Debutants in the league played out a goalless draw against the almighty Hearts of Folk at the Accra Sports Stadium last night. And later today, the biggest game out there would be the Kudus Derby. That's because Tottenham Hotspur will be playing against West Ham. Kudus played for West Ham the past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And this off-season, he moved to Tottenham Hotspurs. And already the West Ham fans are not happy with the kind of move that he made. Some of them are calling him Judas. Because Judas... So Judas, and so we are looking out for how they will receive our star boy. I don't think it will be a warm welcome though. I think it will be quite hostile. But that's the biggest matchup to look out for today. And Arsenal and Nottingham Forest too. Nottingham Forest have a new coach, Ange Postecoglou, and so we'll look out for that one.
Look at a
Some
big game
quick
for the
birthday
weekend.
messages before we go. Happy glorious birthday to my wife, Diana Joa Esuonye. May the good Lord bless your new age abundantly. Thank you so much for your love. This is from Captain Pascal Doniyi Sogli. I hope I pronounced the name well.
And today is also the birthday of our chief professor and also Solicitor General, El Sakite. Daniel Sakite.
Daniel Sakite, happy birthday to you.
He's a professor He's a lawyer in business.
And he's one of your producers.
Yeah,
right?
for the
big issue.
And he's a solicitor general.
Happy birthday,
Sakiti. Amazing guy. Love you so much.
We'll be back again 7 a.m. bright and early for Sunday breakfast. Do join us. Stay tuned to Channel 1 TV. The big issue is up next.
Bye.
Bye.